Welcome back. My name is Sam. I'm here with Hamid from LegalSoft. We're going to be continuing our conversation. Today we're talking about AI, what we learned from our conference, and so much more.
Welcome to my legal academy, helping lawyers work smart, scale fast, and enjoy life.
We did a workshop. It was called Building Your Law Firm Agent Workshop. And I feel like a lot of people have been dabbling with ChatGPT, but we took this idea of ChatGPT and we made it very practical. And the idea and the vision was to make an AI agent that knows everything about your law firm, who knows every intricacy about your law firm, exactly who's on your team, what kind of marketing do you currently do, what kind of marketing do you currently not do, the numbers of your law firm, and the nuances, who's your ideal client, what are the problems, FAQs, and every single nuance of your law firm. And now once you feed this AI agent everything about your law firm, now this AI agent acts as your specialized consultant that you can ask them when it comes to growth, marketing, incentive programs, or any questions that you have. And we shared this, and by the time I shared it, was already 5 months into me building this out myself. And I've already had 5 months of experience of making it better and better. Mm-hmm. And the more, and as I'm like waiting for me to have the conference to be able to pass this on, I'm like, oh my goodness, might be one of the most valuable things I've ever created and shared ever. And we released it to 100 people at our conference, and people's light bulbs were going off. And I'm like, wait till you guys see what comes out of this. And if you guys actually follow through with this and use this for months, this is the one biggest gifts I could ever possibly give to you guys.
Right. It's remarkable because, as you know, my background with the data management and data mining and so forth, I feel like I've been in the AI market for 20 years just waiting for it to pop. And when the ChatGPT came, it was sort of like, oh my God, we're finally there, because it was done a lot of manually and a lot of underground work. And that's why you see all this stuff popping up. It's been in the works for years and years. It just surfaced. So if I were ABAs all over the country, I would make a requirement for every attorney to have, like, part of the continuing education program is to have ABA classes conducted for AI. For all attorneys, they need to dedicate at least few hours a month fully on understanding and learning AI, because it's going to come to their lives, both personal and business, no matter what. And it's going to happen much faster than they ever think. So I was talking to one of the veterans of a PI industry this week in my office, and I was explaining what's the difference. What is this thing about AI? I understand the basic, but what's it? I said, imagine you just hired somebody pretty much for, $1 an hour, you might imagine, who has unlimited ability to learn as quickly as you can give him a data to learn from, and then it can help you in unlimited fashion because it doesn't sleep, it doesn't eat, it doesn't talk. It basically learns and helps you. So that's your AI. So you have to understand it, how it happens, and how I can benefit from it.
And the longer you train the AI, the more better they get. It's crazy. I have one of my agents who's 6 months old, which is a long time. That's like 60 years. Yeah. So 60-year-old or 6-month-old AI agent who knows every intricacy of my legal academy when it comes to our members, all the pain points, all the marketing messages, the social media posts, and everything between. Now, everything that I need is possibly at my fingertips on a much higher level than anybody can ever possibly give me. And that's like a huge advantage when it comes to copy and everything else.
Let me give you a brief vision of what we're doing at LegalSoft, which I've been waiting for a very long time to do, that a lot of people might think this is a little crazy, this is a little over the top. But essentially, we set up a new AI department, which has 10 plus, machine learning developers who are expert on creating AI platforms. And the vision is take the entire pre-litigation process. Let's say example of personal injury. I call it a sort of a PI AI kind of a thing, where hypothetically at some point I want to push this button, get a client, and push this button, get a check, which is every attorney's dream, to just push buttons to make this process. But it's truly doable because we broke it down in several modules where This button essentially identifies where your client coming from and who you should target, and when you're targeting them, what you should ask of them and entice them and capture them and retain them. This other button is a complete virtual video style intake person who speaks every language and can understand you and understand your feelings about the incident that just happened to you, and knows how to escalate the conversation to a live attorney so he can retain it or escalate it. And then it goes into the case management module where it sets up the client in the system, FileVine, Clio, whatever, sets up treatments, follow-up treatments, makes you appointments, make sure you don't miss your appointments, collect your medical records, analyzes your medical records, and creates a demand. All of it AI. Obviously, it needs an operator. So somebody needs to oversee the whole process. But we go from case management to demands, from demands to lien reductions, from lien reduction to settlement. And the entire machine can do that with the supervisions. Again, I'm not saying that doesn't need any legal expertise, even though you can learn and have it, but initially it needs to be monitored. So it's the entire process of an AI running the practice, where the attorney basically manages it like a game on the screen and knows exactly what's coming in, where is it at, where is it going, how much money is producing. That's the future of a lot of law practices.
And the law firms who implement these things are really going to thrive versus the ones who are going to be questioning it. And
if they don't, through the ABS program, all other big institutions like Amazons and Googles and Facebook, they're going to enter to the legal market. But for those who don't know,
who's the first one to enter?
Right now, the first runner-up is Amazon. So they're going the Amazon law because they've been chasing it for a while, trying to pass. They're doing a lot of campaigning to be able to get into the ABS program. For those of people who don't know what the ABS program is, Alternative Business Solutions, which several states have already licensed it. And I have a law firm of my own, even though I'm not an attorney, because I'm licensed on the ABS program. Arizona, Utah, Washington, D.C. And the next biggest hit on that is California, what they're campaigning for. So people know in the 2026, it most likely is an 80% chance that California is going to adopt it, and it's going to be the first biggest market where your competition going to be Amazon Law or Google Law or one of these guys, or maybe 5 of them simultaneously. And they offering, again, for the people who don't know, they are offering 18% fees. That's their target, instead of the 1/3 or 40 and 45%. So you're going to be competing with Amazon Law at the 18% fee taking for the clients. So if you're not into the AI, if you're not thinking ahead, look, in less than 3 years, you're going to be competing with Amazon. And good luck competing with Amazon.
They could ask some e-commerce people how they feel about that.
Exactly. Yeah, any kind of a market. Amazon basically wipes it out because they can do it faster, cheaper. So that's in the horizon with the AI.
Well, one of the main pain points from personal injury lawyers is finding the right service providers and be able to maximize on those relationships. Can you talk about your venture, one of your latest ventures? You have a bunch going on, but this one I think might be one of your biggest ones. Can you tell us about Lean Networks?
Sure. Early on, when I was working with a lot of personal injury firms, a lot of people, knowing that I connected to a lot of firms nationwide or whatever, whenever they get a case in some remote location, they were asking me, how can I find some medical providers who work on Lean on this little town in Northern California, for example? So they were constantly looking for those medical providers who work on Lean who's not in their close neighborhood. And God help them if they got a case in another state where is even a much bigger problem.
Which happens pretty often.
Yeah. So finding a network of medical providers and other providers that works in the...
What about providers?
Well, you got medical providers, you got labs, you got transportation providers that work on Lean, you have pharmacists who work on Lean. So there's a variety of different service providers in the injury market that also work on Leans, which is what the attorney is looking for. And everything I ever looked for, everything was very localized. There's a lot of companies to do this, but they only do Southern California, Northern California, or just California, not Arizona, not Nevada. So it's very problematic. So that was problem number one. The second problem was attorneys wanting to be able to refer their clients to other attorneys because the nature of the case, the location, and all of that. And they're constantly searching out and asking people, do you know anybody in Wisconsin who I can refer this case to? So because of accumulative of all of that challenges, we came about with a product called Mylene Network, which is a nationwide referral program that is attorney to attorney referral, attorney to physician, physician to attorney, and physician to physician. A lot of other issues also comes when the client goes to one of these doctors. They recommend second opinion, specialists, labs, and they don't know who else works on lean, so they get stuck. This solves that. So if I go to a general practitioner and I want to send you for MRI, they're looking for an MRI lab who works on lean. So it not only does the connection like a directories would do, it also manages that case referral. So it tells you, Sam, you have sent 10 clients to these 10 law firms or doctors, and those doctors refer them to these other doctors. You can track the status of the cases, the progress, the documents, the fee arrangements, everything is in there. So it's not just a referral source, it's also a referral management system. We just launched that. It's going to go out to the nationwide implementation, but it should solve a lot of challenges. And right now, there is no fee or any cost to join a network and start using it and fix 4 or 5 of your practice challenges by using one single platform.
What's the website?
MyLeanNetwork.com.
MyLeanNetwork.com. Yeah, specifically for personal injury lawyers?
Personal injury and workers' comp. Anything injury related.
If you're an injury-related lawyer, check out mylegalnetworks.com.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely was. I remember when this was brought up many, many years ago, and I guess you created a platform that scratches your own itch. So it's amazing to see. Amazing. Hamid, what's the period of your life right now? How would you describe the overall kind of mindset that you're in when it comes to running your businesses?
Discipline, automations, and innovation, basically. I live off of innovations.
Which one by far overrides all of them? Personally.
Technology innovations is constantly, basically, I learned from early on, I need the machines to do everything for me, kind of a thing. So now with the combination of the data infrastructure, with the machine learning systems, with all these apps and tools, if you can put them all together into the box and shake it up, it could basically run our lives much better than we can because it has discipline and it has a unlimited learning capability. So I would say that's my biggest passion is how to implement any kind of AI, automation, tools, whatever. Every time somebody in my company comes up and says, should we try this new technology, this new implementation? The answer is always yes. Go try it. Let me know how it works out. Doesn't almost matter what it is, what it does. We should try them all.
It's one of the best lessons I think I've learned from you is instead of trying to make or decisions, that decisions is always and. Right. Replace your ors with ends.
Right. Because instead of trying to figure out why I shouldn't use this thing or why shouldn't I learn this thing, it's so much easier to say, yeah, let's try it. If it works out, great. If not, we stop. There's no lifetime commitment to any of this stuff. Yeah. But you will only know if you try it.
And for me, it's been consolidation. Consolidation, because for the past 5 or 6 years, it's been blazing ahead, taking on a lot of different opportunities, and starting a lot of things. But we learn from experience that it's probably better. The 80-20 pans out. That 20% of your ventures or your law firms usually are going to be the ones that grow the fastest and are the easiest. So I think both of us are going through that consolidation of companies, ventures, and people to be able to help us kind of triple down and quadruple down on the best opportunities, and cut out the rest, and it's been so liberating. I'm already I think like I feel like almost halfway there, already feeling liberating, and today was like my least things I had on my to-do list. I had like only like 9 or 10 things,
Right.
30. So that's already felt amazing. Like, whoa, like, so it's been amazing. And I think in the next 30 to 60 days, I'll be able to kind of be pretty free. I mean, and I think once that freedom happens again, that's when our creativity will kick back into place. And that's where, again, there'll be a lot of fun to create some new opportunities again, and again, quadruple down on our best stuff.
Absolutely. I agree.
What's one piece of technology that I think that's most exciting for you right now?
A specific technology? Well, ChatGPT is still interesting if you have actually done some learning of your own. Because a lot of people, I'm still expanding on the usage of it because originally it started by ask a question instead of actually showing it how to learn more and get to know you and what you want and how you want it and so forth. So you have to teach it how to learn more so it can produce a lot more. A lot of people think it's like a Google search. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and say, how should I deal with this? And they get an answer. No, but you got to teach it because it's a little baby. You got to teach it, I want you to go to these places, check this stuff out, combine it together, summarize it, and then give it to me. Now he knows what to do. So learning how to do that is a big thing. But honestly, it goes back to that AI pre-lit process where I literally want to see that day that I'm going to push buttons and get the stuff. And there's not many people involved in it. It's just like, just produce it for me.
All right. Automation is kind of liberating, right? When you're able to see a process just be done without necessarily your input. Yeah, as you said, I think when it comes to ChatGPT, a lot of people start off kind of using it sporadically. And then when people come back, they always start a new conversation. One practical advice is don't start any new conversations. Always just go, if it's about a particular subject field, let's just say anything about your law firm, go back to that same conversation you already had. Just go back to that one. It's an easy win. That way you're training them over time. And then second is have your ChatGPT open at all times. A lot of people like make it hard to access it. They have to go type ChatGPT. So one thing is bookmark it, but even better, just have it open. Hopefully you have a big enough monitor to just have it open at all times. And anytime you're mentally stuck or you just need somebody to kind of, to vent to, just vent to ChatGPT. You'll be super surprised of the insights that you get for whatever problem that you're dealing with on a both professional level and actually on a personal level too.
I actually say that in my consultations when I'm talking to the attorneys. I say, get the biggest monitor you can. Have all your virtual staff, doesn't matter if it's a paralegal or case manager on this corner. So you have your whole basically firm on your screen on this side, ChatGPT and the rest of your stuff on this side, and you marry them together and you got a law firm. So you got my cases in here, my advisors in here, and my staff over here. I have this whole vision of somebody just managing the entire practice from a monitor and just moving things around and talking to people and getting it done right on the screen. And that's why you can set up a $100 million law firm operating it from a Starbucks.
Yep. I made a post a couple of weeks ago on my personal Facebook page. By the way, if you're not following me, just go search for Sam Mollaei. Let's be friends on Facebook. I made a post and I said, what's one thing that you have an unlimited budget for? And we had a lot of people give their insights. I want to hear yours, Hamid, then I'll share mine.
What I have an unlimited budget for?
Thing that you have an unlimited budget for.
Technologies.
So it doesn't matter any kind of SaaS that helps you. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is.
It really doesn't matter. If it is a SaaS that gets me to work faster, get here faster, respond to emails faster, make decisions faster, I'm more efficient. I mean, not just faster, but also higher accuracy. I buy all the tools there are. Even as a technology company, we subscribe to so much technology that my financial folks are going crazy and saying that how many subscription fees do we got going out here? I said, compared to our payroll, nothing. You're paying all these people, but you have to enable them with tools to get the most out of them. So it's not just building an army. It's building an arsenal to army can use to win.
And we actually analyzed one of our main law firms, and we had to create, and we wanted to create a P&L, how we've done so far this year. And the biggest one was salary, people's salary. But one of the smallest ones was, even though we're very tool friendly, was only 2% of our entire expenses for the whole year was tools. And then here we are, people who question, here, this is $30, is it worth it? It does not matter. It's about what you get out of it, out of a tool. So don't overthink.
People think and want overthink in a tool that costs them $50 an hour, and they have a staff who wastes hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day but not being productive, and it doesn't bother them. But some software company comes in and say, give me $100 a month and I do all the stuff for you. You say, $100? That's a lot.
Yeah, or just start comparing it. I found that, does anybody have a better, cheaper solution? I hate hearing that, Mike. It really doesn't matter. It's just about the one. Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
No.
Amazing, Hamid. Any last words?
LegalSoft continuously coming out with the new innovations and new technologies and new ideas to help all the law firms, small, medium, large, and just keep up with everything, because things are going 100 times faster than they used to in every aspect of it. So you just need to keep up. To be able to keep up, you need to free yourself up. Stop doing those 10-hour, $20 an hour work that you shouldn't be doing. You're doing yourself disjustice. Put that aside, delegate it, have somebody else do it so you can do the more important work, and also keeping up with all these changes, which takes time. So they need to free themselves up.
Amazing. And if you're not following me already, just go on YouTube and search for Sam Mollaei or My Legal Academy. I post daily videos on YouTube. And we also have our community. If you're interested in learning more about how we can help you double your law firm revenue within 12 months, it's completely possible. We have so many people that we know to help do that. Just go to mylegalacademy.com and to get more details. Thank you so much, Hamid. This is fun. We'll try to do these hopefully once a week. And cheers.